Do you want to create your own story but don't know how? Do you want to create a story so impactful, five-star reviews come naturally to you? Do you want to go from just an idea to a finished book? Then this is for you. Today, we discuss how to make your story more impactful. And if you're new to this channel, hey kings and queens, it's E here, you want to use CEO of Great Gale, and we're here to show you, yes, you, how to go from just an idea to your own book, your own finished book, and how you can make your story more impactful. Now, many of us want to start our own books. We've had the idea, it's been sitting on a shelf, and somehow we get stuck. But I'm telling you, it is possible. Why am I telling you this? I was talking to my best friend earlier today, and we were talking about the journey. Like when I'm telling you it's possible to make a book that's incredible, it's because I've actually lived it. See, when I first started, I didn't really know what I was doing. I actually preferred to draw more than write. And now, like after 6 years, we have book after book after book after book that's been self-published by my team. Is just God, my wife, and me. It's all types of books. It's creative books that are business related, manga, which is Afrofuturism manga series, Bold Saga, children's books. We even have drawing books. So if you're trying to go from just that idea to a finished book, something that you can actually hold, something that you can be like, wow, I actually made something incredible that not only I enjoy, but I know a lot of people are going to enjoy. This is for you. Now, why am I telling you so much about stories? Why am I letting you know this is so important? Well, it's simple, right? A lot of times we keep thinking that the most important factor of your book is your art. You need to have an amazing cover. You need to really have something that's going to grab and draw people's attention. But no, that's not it at all. See, what I've learned is that the story, like Jordan Peele said, and he said it best, story is the greatest catalyst for change. It's your story that's going to bring people in, and it's your story that's going to help people see themselves in the characters and actually go on that journey of transformation, because that's what books are, movies, all of that. These forms of entertainment, it's all about the transformation engine, how a person or a character can enter one way and leave another. How Hercules entered in one way and left another, how Aladdin entered in one way and left another, how the Hunchback of Notre Dame entered one way and left another. So you want to create stories that are impactful and that are transformative. So how does one even do that? Well, before we even get into that, what is the single biggest problem you're facing when creating your book? So you can leave it in the comments. You can send a DM, at Great Gale Co. That's where you can find us, or on the YouTube page, Great Gale. So again, what is your number one single biggest problem you're facing when creating your book? I'll be honest. Honestly, for me, it was assembling the book, like putting it actually together in a way where the art and the story worked cohesively. So when you read it, it mattered. I didn't just want to have another black character that was in a Japanese setting, a black character with a Japanese name, a black character that's either a samurai or mocked or ridiculed, all the other nonsense. I wanted to actually have stories that are authentic to culture. And I know that whatever type of story you are creating, you're probably in the same boat. You're wondering how you can actually get it done. Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to clear your mind. Clear your mind of any thought that says that you can't do it, because again, I used to be like you, used to have all these different ideas. Before even making books, I was really trying to make video games. And then I came to the realization I had to deviate. I had to, change lanes. And I went into making books and creating manga. And then I found a secret formula. And the craziest thing is that this formula is not special. It doesn't love me. It's not something that's spectacular that, only I can do. It's something that anyone can do. And we've literally used this formula again and again and again. After 20 months, we got the first book done, and then it's helped us to make multiple chapters of Bold Saga. It's helped us to make, Jesus, 10 plus books last year, which is 2023. You know, audiobooks, physical books, digital books. It's amazing. You know what the best part about all of this? This formula works so well that it allowed me to actually go from an idea to a finished book for a client in just 11 days. Wouldn't you like to have a book done in 11 days? Well, that's the benefit of having a system like this. And what is the system? This is the system that we talk about in self-publishing Goldmine. It's the actual structure of how you go from just the idea to the finished book. See, when you know this, you don't have to work with a major publisher and then just basically get scraps. You don't have to work with Amazon. And I'll just be honest with you, 100%. Amazon is not your best friend when you create your books, all right? Amazon is looking out for themselves, all right? They don't give you customer data. That right there is a gem. If you understand what that means, You've just saved yourself hundreds, thousands, and millions of dollars. What do I mean by that? Well, your customer data is the ability to, when someone buys your book, you have their name, you have their email address, maybe even their phone number, so you can follow up with them, maybe retarget them with ads, be able to create a relationship, a business relationship, and then nurture them over time. Because generally speaking, most times when people want to buy books, they want to buy them or buy products in general. 2% of your market is ready to buy right now. The other 98%, they need to be convinced. They have to know, like, and trust you. So it takes time. But at the end of the day, it's possible. So again, how do you actually make your story more impactful? You have to first clear your mind. Clear your mind of any thought that says that you can't do it. I had to do it. I used to just love drawing manga. This is what I was talking about with my best friend earlier today, Deshaun. We're literally talking about the fact when I was younger, I just used to love the fights in manga and anime. I just used to love actually creating action sequences because I was an artist. We used to read Get Backers. I used to see myself as the artist type and he was the writer. And he's still a phenomenal writer. And it's just amazing because he was mentioning that he used to encourage me to get into writing. So just from being struggling, like how do I actually put the story together, to here we are, all these books were created and self-published with God, my wife, and me. You talking about Bold Saga, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, a Bold Saga audiobook, 7 steps to creating your dream manga series, Bold Saga Amazing Adinkra coloring book, the Bold Saga coloring book, Color Boldly, and Shawnee's Flowers coloring book. Those are literally, we just put in the order. They're on the way, kings and queens. I'm telling you, it's gonna be phenomenal. Oh my gosh. If you have kids and you want them to be able to experience Bold Saga and get into the coloring, the painting, all of that amazing stuff, we have the coloring books and they're on the way. As well as Please Read With Me A to Z and Bold Saga I Am, the Affirmations and Gratitude Journal. All of that and more. Oh my gosh. The other book that's on here is actually for the client, but the reality is this: if I was able to do that with the secret formula, I know anyone can do it. It's repeatable. We did 10 books in a year. So if I could do it, I know you could do it. Because at the end of the day, it's possible. It's not like you have to have $1 trillion. We literally did it with the budget that we had, just starting off. Just starting off. So I'm telling you again, it's possible. And this is the reason why I want to let you know that you can make more impactful stories, because if you think and if you believe it, you can do it. Rubel Zar, thank you so much for joining, and Joshua Kasner. So at the end of the day, if you believe it's possible, it's possible. The next thing you want to do after you actually have the mindset, you have to actually structure out what you want to write about. It's got to be something that's real to you, that's actually authentic to you. You don't just want to be talking just to talk. You actually have to make sure you know what you're talking about. All right. So that's going to involve you doing reading. You can't just like write your book just to write your book. Where are you drawing your references from? Where are you getting your information from? Are you using actual research? Okay. Are you actually citing your research? All these things are important because, again, the whole big picture of why you want to make books is this. All right. Manga creates anime, you know, which is a book. Your movies are based off of books when they do the screenwriting and the movie Bible and the Bible and the character Bible that they're writing for the movie, screenwriting, all of that still comes back to books. You know, everywhere you look, everywhere you look, even the biggest media franchises, it always comes back to books. You need to have something tangible that's easy that people can just read and get into. You want to create an actual authority for yourself, you're going to need a book. Having a book is so important, so impactful, all right, that even God wrote a book. Now, watch this. Pokemon, which is the number one media franchise on the planet, started with books. Like one of the first offers that they were actually releasing was self publishing a magazine. That was Game Freak. Then they just changed around and then they went into actually creating video games. So, what does that tell you? If the people at the top, if these multi-billion-dollar companies know the value of making books, then you should too. Because again, when you have a book, it's even better than a business card because sometimes you are networking and you want to just leave a couple copies of your book, or you want to leave a copy of your book with someone that's impactful, someone that is amazing. All right. This is the power of books. They help you with your marketing, they help you with your authority. You become a key person of influence. You don't just have to talk about it. You be about it, like for real. And not just that, you showcase that you're an authority and an expert in your field. Because people that create books and finish them, they're experts. We're not talking about AI art. We're not talking about AI writing. We're talking about actually using your brain, your mind, and actually putting in the work. Okay, put in the work. So on top of all of that, it's not just the fact that we're talking and we just actually create the books, but when you write your story, Here's another benefit that can truly help you. When you write, write in a way that your target audience is going to understand. You don't have to use like ultra high level English and language. You can bring the words back down. Why do I say that? What am I talking about? Well, basically, it's like this. If you write on like a grade 12 level, and you're speaking to the general public, what's going to happen is the general public only understands at a third grade level. Again, they generally understand at a third grade level. So what's that going to mean? That's going to mean that you're going to be speaking over them. And if you speak over someone, your chances are they're not going to understand either A, what you're talking about, or B, they're not going to care. They're just not going to care. So when you speak to people, what did even Dr. Golden say? Think like a genius, speak like a third grader. Again, think like a genius, speak like a third grader. So, why is that beneficial? Why can that help you? I'll even show you right now. Okay. So, when you speak like a third grader, right, you're going to be able to reach the majority of the planet. But when you speak at 12th, postgraduate for everything, I'm talking about when you actually are talking to people. I'm talking about when you're actually marketing your products. You maybe be able to reach like maybe 20 to 30%. Maybe, maybe. So you want to make sure that if you're trying to reach more people, you want to be able to speak at a third grade level. For example, E equals MC squared. It's a mathematical equation. So much information can be explained in something as simple as that, And when you look at the title, like Bold Saga, it's so short, it's so simple. See, simplicity is key. Simplicity is key. And watch this. See, when a mind is confused, so there's someone's face, that's their face. When they're confused, they're going to say no. But that same person, longer face, when they do understand, there's a higher chance that they're going to say yes. All right. So again, you want to get to the point where when you're talking to people, you're not talking over them, you're not confusing them, you're talking to them like a conversation, which is the same way how you should be presenting your books, the same way you should be presenting your business, and so on and so forth. You don't want to overtalk. You want to get to the point. In other words, you don't want to do exposition dumping. No one wants an exposition dump. What does that mean? If you're just talking about your book without actually relating to people, you want to be able to relate to people, talk to them in an honest way. And thank you for everyone that's joining us and watching this on the replay. Again, we're talking about how to make your story more impactful. Because I'm telling you, if you just write a story just to write a story, you're not going to reach as many people. But when you write a story that's from the heart, I'm telling you, that's how you create change. It's the reason why when we think and when we look at even Bold Saga, we've got multiple 5-star reviews. Why is this so significant? When I started creating books, all I cared about was making great art in the past, like 10 plus years ago. And then over time, last 5, 6, 7 years, I was like, I need to get better at stories. I stepped out into fear. I was very afraid of writing stories because I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. But I had to change my mind and saying, I can't, to saying, I know I can do this. And now we got multiple 5-star reviews. People saying Bold Sagas are winning. All these amazing things. People are in their 40s and saying, I got it for my kids and I love it. You know, transform people's perspective. This is the power of writing a great story. A great story is going to market itself. And then when you market along with it, you just 10x. So again, if you truly want to make an impactful story, you need to get assistance. You need to get help. What does all of your favorite animes teach you? Goku had Master Roshi, all right? Naruto had Jiraiya. Oh my gosh. Deku had All Might. Luffy had Rayleigh. If you want to get to the next level, you're going to need a coach. You're going to need a mentor. You're going to need someone who's further along than you, who is where you want to be, and then learn from them. And that's what we do at Self Publishing Goldmine, which is our group coaching program where we help kings and queens create their stories worth its weight in gold. But you don't have to take my word for it. This is a review from one of our coaching clients right now. So let's play that. Self Publishing Goldmine so far.
So far, I think for someone who has no experience in this has been a great resource, specifically since you are very knowledgeable, haven't had experiences, good and bad, but it's still knowledge that needs to be shared. So someone like myself who's a complete novice really doesn't know where to start except for getting my thoughts on paper. And we both know that there's so much more involved. having you as my mentor, as my guide, providing guidance throughout the process is just like a breath of fresh air. Like I know I can rely on your wanting to say, how about this? How about that? Oops, sorry.
It's fine.
Are you still there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so I can rely on your wanting to say, if my ideas, of course, there's never a bad idea, but maybe there's something better to help the process. So self-publishing goldmine is like the foundation that novice writers like myself need.
Again, kings and queens, this is for you. If you've never written a book before, it's a great idea to learn from someone who actually has done 14 books, who has actually, not even 14, 12 books, actually self published multiple books, actually got the books done. Not talking, like we actually have them printed. Because again, anyone can talk, but when you actually know what you're talking about and you have the proof and you can actually showcase it, that's one of my coaching clients, Patricia. Like, this is it's only gonna be a matter of time with everything that we're going over in self-publishing Goldman, and she gets her books done, and then she gets the 5-star reviews and the success that she's looking for and beyond. It's possible, but I'm telling you, you're going to, no matter how amazing and dope and talented you are, look, if you have the right people with you, if you have the right people guiding you, if you have the right people as coaches and mentors, you will get to the goal faster. I mean, all the animes teach us this. It's a fact. You need to learn from someone who's great. Even Zolo, as prideful and as talented as he was in One Piece, had to do what? Go to Mihawk and say, "Can you train me? Can you help me?" So imagine what would happen if you, on your journey to create your first book, actually had the assistance, actually had the goal, actually had someone that was alongside you, has been on the journey longer than you that can help you get to where you need to go. This is the power. This is the power. This is the power of coaching and mentorship. And in addition to that, I wanted to show you guys our latest books that we have. Again, because we're not just talking, we're actually doing. These books are they've been shipped, they're on the way. So as soon as they physically come, I'll share them with you. Now, the first one is here, Shawnee's Flowers. Right? And then it's just a digital flip through. The physical books will be here in a couple of weeks. Bam. Mhm. All right. And I wrote this book and created it alongside my wife. Oh my gosh, she's helped me so many times along this journey. And yep, there's a coloring page with Shawnee, the beautiful flowers, all of that. So yes, this is for kings and queens. This is for kids, honestly, and parents and adults. If you just want to have those amazing moments when you're just coloring with your kids, this is the book for you, Shawnee's Flowers. And then we also have this one, which is just for all the Bold Saga characters. If you love Masego, Boipello, Shawnee, Mbali, Ashanti, all those characters, if you want to actually be able to just color them, not just in the back of Bold Saga books, because chapter 2, 3, and 4 have coloring pages, but actually color full pages, 8.5 by 11. It's a big book. All right. Yes. So there we go. And we got Masego on one side and we got Shawnee on the other. So I'm super excited for that because a lot of people, yes, a lot of people have asked me, where's chapter one? Okay, then where's chapter two? And then we did that. Then three and four. And then they're like, where is the coloring books? We actually did it. So another thing that can help you when you want to make a story that's more impactful, actually listen to your target audience. If they're asking you for something, it's a good idea to listen to what they're asking for and be able to provide what they're asking for. Okay. Actually provide, actually help them. Okay. And help them by helping them. So, again, we've talked about all the things that you need to just get started to make your story more impactful. We talked about the research, we talked about the mindset, we talked about writing it down because you actually have to put in the work, write it down. Another thing that can help you, focus on Kaizen, not Karoshi. A lot of mangaka end up passing away prematurely. It's so sad from Karoshi, which is death from overwork. All right. They just grind, 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 and then their body can't handle it. Okay. So this is why you need to actually make sure you're getting enough rest. Make sure that you're actually taking a break. When you're writing, make sure that you're using ergonomics. You have an ergonomic keyboard. If you have to draw, make sure you have something like this, which is a drawing glove. If you have one of these, we cover this in other videos like this. This right here can save you tens of thousands of hours, right? One of the best drawing tools ever created on the face of the earth. So all these different things are what we showcase inside of Self-Publishing Goldmine, what we showcase inside of bold.greatgale.com, our Great Gale Academy classes and courses. So again, we're here to help you win kings and queens, not just talking, actually doing. Because I'm telling you, These books are on the way. All right. We already got the Bold Saga books, and we have some amazing, amazing, amazing new products, books, and more coming up soon. But I'm telling you, if you want to actually create your story that's more impactful, actually write the story. Actually, when you commit to actually writing it, actually write down a day and time that you say you're going to finish the book. Actually go and research. Actually go and put in the work because I'm telling you, don't rely on ChatGPT. Don't rely on AI. Don't rely on AI art. Actually make the book that you want to make because many people don't talk about this, but I'm going to tell you because I want to see you win. I love you guys. I want to see you win. Okay. Any book that's AI art written and any art that's AI art that you try and use for a book, you're not going to be able to copyright it. You're just not. You're not. You're not going to be able to copyright it. You're not going to be able to own it. So if you truly want to create your own book, create a story worth its weight in gold and make it impactful, write it yourself. You know, you need that inspiration from God. You need that inspiration from the ideas. And then when you put it down in a tangible format and then create it, that's what you can copyright. And then ultimately you can go into trademarks. Okay. You're going to need to know the business side of things. We have to step out of just being creators and we have to go into the business side. This is why on social media pages for Great Gale, you don't just see art and art and art. We show a lot of business related stuff too, because the business stuff is super important. That's how you step out of just working from the neck down. That's like low level, you know, that's like grinding for the rest of your life. When you work from the neck up, that's like when you live your life on purpose, when you're actually able to take your dream vacations, get your dream home, you know, reach 1 million in sales, reach 10 million, reach 100 million. So it's possible, but you have to focus on the impact. And if you're writing a book just to make money, that's not going to be enough. What you really need to do is write a book to change people's lives. When you write a book to change people's lives and impact them on an emotional level, then they buy your book. But if you're just writing a book just to write a book so you can get paid and then move on, you're not going to get as far. It has to be not just a passion project, it has to be something that's coming from within you, something that's real, so that whoever your target audience is, whether it's a kid, whether it's a parent, whether it's an adult, whether it's a medical professional, whether it's an entrepreneur, real estate, whatever target audience, whoever you're writing the book for, write it in a way that's real, that's tangible. You know, you don't want to get into like things that are like hyperbole and like crazy and ridiculous unless you're making something fantastical, you know, entertaining. But you want to get to the point where it's believable, where it's people in their soul, because that's going to be the thing that creates impact. What truly creates that impact is writing with a great structure, putting things in the right order, the narrative. There has to be some type of narrative payoff. There has to be some type of structure to your book. Nobody likes an exposition dump, okay? You don't just want to be information, information, information. Create a story. Well, how you truly make a story more impactful is actually knowing the parts of a story, actually knowing how to structure your story. You know, the Keyshow Tenkets, that's part of it. And there's so many other parts that we can go into, but you know, we don't have enough time in this video. This is just to get you started. Because again, we want to help you create your story that's more impactful. Unlock your mindset. Believe you can do it. Actually write the story down. Actually get into research. Actually figure out how to get the structure down. Okay. Key short and cats is one. The React structure is another. Information is out there, but information without application leads to exasperation. Again, information without application leads to exasperation. I know you don't want to be exasperated. I know you don't want to be tired. I know you don't just want to have another book, say you're gonna do it, and then finish it. Never. You want to actually hold your feet to the fire and say, I know I can do this. Look yourself in the face and say, this is my time, this is my year of breakthrough. I said I'm gonna finish the book by this time and commit to it. And another thing that can help you make your story more impactful is punishing yourself if you do not reach your goal. So if you love video games and you don't hit your goal for the day, don't play video games. If you love eating cookies like me, if you love eating cookies, but you don't reach the goal, then don't eat them. So you have to get to that point where you're like moving towards a goal and you're moving towards it. And if you don't hit it, then you're not going to be able to get that prize. Just like any good video game, you don't save Peach if you can't defeat Bowser. All right, you actually have to defeat Bowser to save Peach. That's how it is. Video games teach you that you have to overcome an enemy, you have to overcome a giant, you have to overcome an obstacle in your way, and that's how you step into greatness. So again, we're talking about how to make your story more impactful. And if you have any questions, if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below because we want to hear from you. And again, what is the biggest challenge you're facing when you're writing your book? And another thing I can tell you again, kings and queens, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and actually believe that you can do it, because this is coming from someone who, when I first created books, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't. And when I thought about writing the story, the first version of Bold Saga to where it is now is like before a mentor and a coach, and after, I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. I actually got a mentor or coach, someone that actually could help me along the journey and show me what I need to know. Because without that, the story would have fallen apart. It would have been just bit. I was looking at it one day, I was like, wow, I'm so grateful I never released that. And I'm so grateful I invested into greatness. All right. And learned from someone who's further along than me. And now we got multiple 5-star reviews. Every time I look at a Bold Saga 5-star review, it reminds me not only can I know I can do this, but anyone can do this, because I've told you many times that was one of my biggest fears, like writing a story, writing the characters. That was a big hurdle I had to come over. And if I know if I could do it, you can do it. Don't be afraid of writing. I challenge you, I challenge you, I challenge you. Step into learning how to write. Because when you look at the big three, all right, which is Naruto, one Piece, and Dragon Ball. No, actually, I'm sorry, Bleach. It's actually Bleach, but sometimes I kind of forget about Bleach. Okay, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. All right, Naruto and Bleach are better drawn than One Piece. One Piece is worth more than Naruto and Bleach actually combined, because Naruto is about, like, I think what, 10, Bleach is like 8, One Piece is 20 plus billion. And what does that tell you? You can have terrible art, but if you have great stories, you win. All right. Look at Shin-chan, you win. Look at Anpan-Man, you win. All right. And we talk about all of this and more inside of self-publishing Goldmine. So if you want to learn more about how to create your story worth its weight in gold, you can just go to shop.greatgale.com, and we have an actual group coaching program where we show you how to create your own story worth its weight in gold. You can actually understand how to go from everything we're talking about and beyond. Just like with Patricia, you can learn how to create your story cover to cover, create your book cover to cover. This is something that, in my opinion, is revolutionary. You don't hear people telling you how to create your own book cover to cover, how to market your book, all the business side of it, all the creative side of it. This is a one-stop shop. So you don't have to rely on Amazon or Viz or whoever. You can just make the book that you want and create it and then gain wealth. Because I'm telling you, when you create a book, I remember waking up a couple of days ago, I was like, wait, we got what, multiple sales while I was sleeping? Almost 10. I was like, wow, this happened while I was sleeping. See, Warren Buffett said it best. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And I don't want that for anyone. I want you to be able to create your own books, create your own wealth, right? By having a stream, by having a system in place so that your book is out, it's out there. And as you continuously market it, more people come to you and they can just buy while you're sleeping. That's wealth, as opposed to only making money while you're awake. Because if you do that, you're going to be grinding, 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 hustling, hustling, hustling. And then you're not going to get to where you want to go. So again, shop.greatgale.com. Actually, shop.greatgale.com, honestly, is where we have our 25% off sale. That's store wide, so that's on merch, Bold Saga, and so much more. There's a link also to our Great Gale Academy, and bold.greatgale.com is where you can get bold.greatgale.com is where you can get self-publishing goldmine. Again, we created these offers, we created these courses, we created this coaching program to help you, yes, you kings and queens, go from where you are to where you need to be. Because I know it's hard. It's very hard when you've made or when you're making your first book, because it's a lot of stress. Like, you've never done it before. It's like me, I'm learning to drive right now. It's like I'll be on the road and like, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff to focus on. Like, there's the road, and then there's the potholes, and then there's the people, and then there's the mirrors, and then it can become like information overload. But by having someone beside me actually saying, look out for this and look out for that and watch out for this, like, that's a coach, that's a mentor, that's someone that's beside you along your journey. Because life is like that road that you're driving on. Destiny is one of the end goals along that road, but you have to actually maintain focus. You don't want to be swerving. You don't want to be hitting on the potholes. You don't want to be veering off. You want to be focused. Focused on what's in front of you, all right? And the end goal is reaching greatness. The end goal is reaching success. The end goal is making your first book and touching people's lives. Because when you touch people's lives, then they're gonna actually invest into you with your dream and buy your book. It can't just be about buy my book because it's hot, buy my book because my characters are black, buy my book because my characters are white or Japanese, blah, blah, blah. Like, it has to be buy my book because my story is impactful. Buy my book because my story is about this emotion or that emotion, whether it's revenge, whether it's honor, whether it's pride, whether it's self esteem, whatever it is. Because here's a fun fact: people love to buy things where they see themselves in it. People aren't, I wouldn't just say narcissistic, people, they look out for themselves. So, again, this is here to help you win kings and queens. So if you want to create your story that's more impactful, this is it for you. This is it for you. And if you want to learn more about everything it takes to create your own story cover to cover, create your own book cover to cover, we will see you inside of Self Publishing Goldmine. The link is there, bold.greatgale.com. Again, it is a 13-week group coaching program. And the best part is, not only is it a group coaching program, but you also get access to 13 weeks of virtual workshops. So we're breaking down every single thing you need to create your own books cover to cover. I'm talking about the art, I'm talking about the writing, I'm talking about the self-publishing, the business, the marketing, everything you need, the best apps, the best systems, ergonomics, all the things that you need, because I'm telling you, after making multiple books, 10 plus books, I'm telling you, it's not just about the grind and the hustle. You're going to need the right systems in place. So we talk a lot about systems and we implement them too. So if you're ready to step into greatness, if you're ready to create your story worth its weight in gold, I look forward to seeing you inside of Self-Publishing Goldmine. There's a link, bold.greatgale.com. And thank you, Kings and Queens, again. And if this video helped you, if this video helped you understand how to create a story that's more impactful, share it out, like, comment, subscribe, let everybody else know. And also, if you're looking for amazing merch, you can go to shop.greatgale.com. We have hats, we've got merch, we've got books, and again, we've got a 25 off store-wide sale. So again, shop.greatgale.com. So thank you again for everyone that's watching. Thank you. And until next time, keep winning, kings and queens.